What's going on, guys? Dylan Moon here, bringing you another episode of the Mooncast. Today's a very special episode to me because I think that Wano is going to be the best arc in One Piece, period. I fucking love One Piece. It has a ton of great arcs, even the arcs that other people don't like. I find myself enjoying, but I honest to God think that Wano is going to beat them all, like hands down. Even from what I've seen already, from what I'm predicting is going to happen, and what I hope is going to happen. I just want to talk about it. I want to get my thoughts out. I talk about Wano a lot to my friends, and just I've talked about it quite a bit already on this channel, but I just kind of want to just talk about everything Wano, just everything I think is going to happen, all my head canon things that people don't see happening that I see are going to happen, what I think needs to happen, what will make this arc like a fail, or just everything. So let's get into this shit. Okay, so basically we'll start off by saying we'll start off by talking about what this arc has done already that is just brilliant. For one, the art. The art and the setting of this arc is fucking insane. It looks insane. Like the feudal Japan, like it's my favorite fucking it's my favorite like it's the best looking location in the entire One Piece universe to me. Just the setting and everything. That's one. The characters that they're bringing in are really fucking interesting. Like really, really interesting. I'm not talking about the Beast Pirates either, but just like, or I'm not talking about the smile users of the Beast Pirates. The Beast Pirates, like like the calamities and shit, are so fucking badass. King, fucking a Pterodon, fucking X Drake, Hawkins, Jack. I haven't got to see too much of Queen yet. I don't really like his design, like for what I see right now, but I feel like his Devil Fruit is gonna be fucking insane. Um, Shutemaru, fucking Komurasaki, Otama, Toko. So many characters are just so fucking badass. Like, um, the moments that have happened in this arc so far are colossal. Okay, we stumble into Wano and it's just nuts. Like we're going up the waterfall and the koi fish. It's like way over the top. It's fucking amazing. It looks amazing. We get washed up on the beach and we're separated from everybody. And you fucking oh my god, how do I want to say this? When Luffy like this moment was it was subtle too, but it was just so fucking badass to me. When Luffy washes up on the beach and he wakes up and that sniper like puts him in his sights, and as soon as he puts Luffy in his sights, Luffy's already punched him because of his future sight, that he just learned from Dogtooth and everything. That it just like little subtle moments like that I've seen throughout this arc that are fucking intensely crazy. And then um, you have the other supernova in Wano, like Hawkins, fucking X Drake, so on and so forth. And um, ultimately you find out you finally find out about Kinemon and Momonosuke's, like where they came from, their backstory, the fact that they fucking came from the past, like that was so over the top. I don't think anyone saw that coming, really. There might have been theories about it and shit, but I know I didn't see it coming, and I thought it was a fucking amazing way to do it. And then since time travel is such like a touchy thing in stories, Oda actually fucking he actually kind of like patched it. Like he did it in the right way to where you can only go forward, you cannot go backwards, and that is everything when it comes to time travel. The fact that you can't go back and revert things, like for example Ace dying. Speaking of Ace, that's another beautiful thing about Wano, is that Ace had been to Wano and everything, and just that like connection with Wano, I thought was crazy. Um, okay, yeah. You learn about Odin being like Momonosuke's dad's a fucking badass, just strong as fuck, and then his mom, Lady Toki, has a time fruit, and she is potentially from further in the past. That's what it's like. I don't even want to say potentially because I think that's a dead on thing. Like Kinemon had heard stories that she was from even further in the past, and they always thought it was like a legend, until they actually got sent forward into the future. So I think that really confirms that she was from in the past, like even further in the past, like possibly fucking the Void Century even. Um, and I think I just to go off on a little headcanon thing, I think that is going to open the door for other characters in the series. Like I think that there's a couple characters in the series right now that we've already met that are fucking just OP as fuck or just really important to the story that you would never think that actually came from the past that were sent into the timeline right now. I think there's at least one character that we know that was sent from the past to the future besides like the Wano crew. Um, I think there is somebody in One Piece right now that was sent from the past, honestly, because I think that would just be so blowing to. I don't even know who it would be, but I just think someone is gonna have significance and had came from the past. I don't know how far in the past, obviously, but I honestly think that that's gonna happen. Um, so that was insane, and then right after that happens, like we get this huge revelation about like uh, the Time Fruit and Kinemon and Momonosuke's past, and then fucking Kaido, Kaido just appears in the fucking sky as a fucking dragon. That moment was fucked up reading it. Like it actually gave me fucking chills seeing Kaido in the sky saying, "Bring me those brats." Just like the shock. It was insane because we all like everyone thought that Kaido like might be a dragon and everything, but to actually see it and to see how fucking intense he looked, I can't wait to see how the anime adapts that. Like that is gonna be fucking insane. Um, so Kaido's fruit was crazy. It was fucking crazy. Like I can't get over that enough. And then you have Luffy actually fighting Kaido, which was fucking insane. And at first I was pissed as fuck. Like when I was first reading it, and it seemed like Luffy was actually doing damage, but then it was like Kaido was just he wanted to take all that because he's just suicidal and like he knows that nothing can kill him. Like that's just how tough he is. That he won't even fucking dodge you shit. He'll just take it all. So that it actually felt good to see Luffy get like one-shotted for once. Like it feels good to see him get put in his place because he always gets the fuck beaten out of him. But then he ends up like just he ends up just like doing the to keep getting up thing and eventually win. But this time like he got one-shotted and that motherfucker could not get back up. And I thought that was really fucking important. And then when he gets thrown in jail, another like amazing thing with the plot they did that they or to set up like hundreds of chapters ago was put Kid and Luffy in the same fucking jail cell, and because you have the whole Salty Archipelago thing with Luffy, Law, and Kid. So putting Luffy and Kid together to kind of like fucking build some chemistry, train together. Um, I loved it. I fucking loved it. And as of right now, on chapter 934, we hear that Kid actually broke out, but we don't know how yet. And One Piece is on break next week, so it's gonna be a little bit. But I think that's fucking I just think it's insane, like just all of it. Um, and the Sanji raid suit thing. Jesus Christ, like Sanji's raid suit moment was fucking insane. Like when he actually used that fucking shit, just how it looked, and he's gonna be so much fucking stronger now. Like every Sanji fanboy should be grateful, like so grateful for this right now. That Sanji's looking better in Wano than he did in fucking Whole Cake. Um, yeah, it's all insane. The only weakness, and I forgot to mention how Wano even start. Like one of my favorite parts about Wano is how it fucking starts with everybody being undercover. It's just so fucking funny and like Usopp being a total oil salesman. I laughed my ass off about that. And then fucking Zoro with like the little like blade he was supposed to kill himself with. Just that fucking. Oh my god, that was such a badass way to start off Wano. Zoro just cutting a fucking building in half with a small ass blade. Um, but the only thing I don't like about Wano right now is the decision to put Big Mom on our side, give her amnesia, and have her break Luffy out of prison. Like don't know how fucking far they're gonna go with this. Like, I don't know how far Oda's gonna go with this as far as like what he's gonna do with Big Mom. But I really hope that she's not on our side for too long. Like, get Luffy out of prison, and then fucking just have her and Kaido throw down and give her fucking memory back. Like, there has to be. This can't be how we use Big Mom. She's too strong. Like, the portrayal of her, she's a fucking Yonko. You can't do this. Like, it's shit, honestly. Like, having Big Mom lose her memories is shit. But I try not to get too hung up on that, because I'm really hoping that Oda doesn't take that too far. Like, he can, knowing Oda and what he's done with like story elements in the past that seem shitty, and he's like come back around and actually made them decent. Um, I think he might have something in mind that would surprise all of us. I mean, the cake thing, that never really paid off to me, or like there's a couple things he's done that never really paid off to me with him, but there's plenty of things where I'm like, okay, that actually, now I see what you were doing with that. But um let's get on to what I want to happen in Wano. These are things I really fucking want to happen in Wano. I want the Revolutionary Army to come in. I want Dragon and Sabo to come in. The commanders that we just got introduced to, I want them to come in. I want all four emperors in Wano as well. I basically want Wano to be the war grounds for like how Oda's gonna give us a war that puts Marine forward to fucking like just puts it to shame. Um, to have the four emperors like just warring there, and then possibly the revolutionary. I need either Dragon or to be more specific. I'm getting kind of all over the place with this. I need either Dragon or Shanks to show up in Wano, and I want that to be how they take down Kaido. I don't want how should I don't want Luffy to take down Kaido. I want a big gun there's so many strong ass fucking characters that we have never seen in action. And this is the time to use them. This is the time. Ben Beckman versus King, okay? Shanks versus Kaido, Dragon versus Kaido. This is the time to fucking do that. Even if it's Blackbeard versus Kaido, have somebody come in and fight Kaido and show off somebody else. And it's just a weird situation, because I want Zoro to fight King. I want Sanji to fight Queen. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many fucking characters in One Piece that were even the characters from Romance Dawn, like the red-haired pirates that were in chapter fucking 1, Romance Dawn, we still have not seen anything that they can fucking do, and it is time. It's time to give Shanks a fight. We know Shanks is gonna die. Like, I think everybody thinks Shanks is gonna fucking die, so we have to see him in at least like 2 fights before he dies, considering how much he's fucking hyped up and how strong he is. Like, we have to see Dragon and Shanks at some point. They keep announcing that One Piece is gonna end. We need to see Shanks or Dragon, let alone fucking Yasop, Ben Beckman, fucking... There's so many fucking people in One Piece that we still need to see, and this doesn't have to be 11 Supernova versus Kaido. No, you give everybody strong fights. Bring the Marines in too. Just make it a fucking gangbang and give everybody fucking... I mean, that would be confusing story-wise, but there's gonna have to be somebody's gonna have to give up something. Like, I understand that every single every single person in the One Piece community wants Zoro to fight King, this and that, but when are these other characters that have been built up for so long, when are they gonna get their shot? Like, do you know how bad I want to see Ben Beckman in a fucking fight? You don't understand how bad I want to see Ben Beckman in a fucking fight, or Yasop, or Lucky Roo, or fucking... Dragon or Shanks needs to come through and fight Kaido, okay? It can even be like, I don't know, honestly. I don't know. It'd be fun. I want it to be Dragon, honestly. Like, Dragon is like Dragon's like my character in One Piece that I want to see the most. Like, I can't say he's my favorite character because we know so little about him, but like, I want to see Dragon more. I want to see Dragon fight more than I want to see Shanks fight. Like, honest to fucking God. Honest to God. I know that Shanks is a hockey master and everything, and I want to see Shanks fight like almost as much as Dragon, but I really, really, really want Dragon to be like the strongest person in the fucking world. Like, I want him to be Yonko or above level. Like, that will satisfy me. And Oda's been holding off on using these people for so fucking long that Like, I could see them being that, because why would you hold off on using characters this important for that long unless they have unrealistic powers that you don't want to show off yet, or unrealistic, like, story-breaking strength. So I definitely want to see either Shanks or Dragon fight Kaido before the supernovas get their shot at him. Um, yeah, I just think that we should really focus on the fighting of this arc at a certain point. Like, right now we're building up the plot to get into that war arc. We're taking the steps to get there, and I really love the world building and the story right now. But there's been so much world building and story in One Piece up to this point that I think that for just 1 or 2 years we could focus on just straight fight, make it the greatest war arc in all of shonen manga, and just give us so many fucking fights, even if they're just a chapter long each. Like, give us the most random badass people that we never get to see fight somebody, and really define how strong they fucking are. I don't know, just like commanders, fucking commander versus commander, fucking, Yonko versus Yonko. Just crazy fucking. I just need to see some shit, and I can see the Marines coming into this too. Like, look at somebody like Kobe. Like, it's hard. Like, this obviously isn't the last arc, so there is still more arcs to see characters like this, but then we're also going to have to see our main characters at the highest level. So, like, I think if there's a time to give, like, characters that never get any action the light, it would be now, because towards the end of game of the story, we're going to want to see Zoro, Sanji, fucking just the Straw Hat crew fighting. We're going to want to see them, like, in the big fights themselves. Right now, when we all know that they're not at that level, it wouldn't be bad to have the Red Hair Pirates come in and fight the Beast Pirates, or, I don't know. You guys kind of get what I'm saying with this? Like, we might as well have those people come in now, and then it can kind of be like the light, or it can kind of be like the fire, like, kind of like Marineford, where it's like, we get to see all those guys in action, and then it's time for the new generation, for the rest of One Piece, and then there can be like a war arc at the very end of One Piece where we have all of our main. I don't know. It's a slippery slope, because you do want, like, the Straw Hats to get their shit, and if the Straw Hats do fight the Beast Pirate, like, calamities, I could see Zoro. I could see, like, Zoro 1v1 in King, and then I could see, like, Sanji, possibly. I could see Sanji 1v1 in a Queen, but I could also see Sanji, like, fighting with Jinbei or with Usopp, or I could see, like, two Straw Hats to like a boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could definitely see that. I definitely see Jinbei fighting with another Straw Hat, and it would be nice to see to get some fights for the lesser Straw Hats that never get any fights or recognition, because they really need power-ups. Like, Usopp needs a fucking fight, even if it's with somebody else. But we're gonna, especially if we're gearing for that Blackbeard Pirates versus the Straw Hats fight at the very end of the series, like, there's nobody besides the first three on the Straw Hats that can do anything to any Yonko crews. So we're really gonna need to see boosts in strength. That's why I really want to see, like, the last two acts of Wano just be straight 1 to 2 years of fights, just one chapter fights of just so many different fucking characters. Like, that to me would make this maybe the greatest war arc in, like, a shonen. Just from, could you just imagine just all the different fights, like, going on all over Wano as, like, this fucking just this outbreak of war, and, like, you would just see the most random fucking matchups. Like, possibly the Marines step in, and because, the Marines would step in because they wouldn't want a Yonko to fall. So it could be, you'd have fucking, imagine just Marco fighting somebody from the Blackbeard Pirates or from the Marines or from the Beast. But just like I'm just talking like the most random fights, just to see where people are strength wise, and you can be like, oh, okay, fucking Marco, if Marco is equal with Fujitora, and that's just like a really random, like, example, but just to see where a lot of these people are strength-wise, I think would be really interesting. And yeah, I would definitely want to see Dragon or Shanks show up. That's like a big thing to me in this arc. But this arc will be a success if it turns into a war arc of straight fighting and not cutaways. Like, Yeah. And there's just so many characters in One Piece that you're never gonna be able to please everybody. Like you'll never be able to please everybody. Uh, I do think that Hawkins and Drake will come over to the Straw Hat Alliance side. I think that they'll weigh their options and be like, you know, this is the time to get out because under Kaido's rule, like you just always be a slave pretty much, and they're gonna want to like do their own things and be the captains or like have more say on like their own crews. You know what I'm saying? So I think Hawkins and Drake are just like there until a better opportunity arises, and I do think that Hawkins is going to use that like unlock potential card on Luffy. I think that's obvious, and I hope, as much as I love Law, I really hope Law dies at the end of this arc, just to fucking. There's not enough deaths in One Piece. That's one of my. I made a video about it. That's one of my biggest issues with One Piece is that a lot of stuff doesn't feel like you don't feel the stakes enough, like the shit with Pell, just Pell just taking a nuke and coming back. That's just like I was glad that they killed Pedro because Pedro was like I really like Pedro a lot, and like him dying actually brought like meaning to his character. It's like oh shit, Pedro's like one of the only people that has died in One Piece, and like look at the significance of Ace because he died. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of stuff like that. So I hope I want Law to die. I also want some other people to die. Um, Significant people, honestly, just so we feel it, just in the story. So there's actually meaning to fighting. It's just not just always like, let's fight, and we both like escape alive. Like these are fucking pirates. Like when two pirates are fighting, one of them should get massacred. Like one of them should fucking be lacerated. Um, every time. Like could you imagine in the real world, pirates like lining up to fight, and it's like, oh okay, you know, we win, get out of here. It's like, what the fuck? Like, you can't just always get out alive by the skin of your teeth, but be like, I don't know, you guys know what I'm saying. So, um, yeah, Wano, I think, will be even if it's not what I say, even if there's only like there's obviously going to be a shit ton of fights in Wano. Like, there will be fights. Like, there's no other way to bring Kaido down except for defeating the Beast Pirates. So there's gonna be fights, and I mean Big Mom's already in Wano, and then uh, we flashed over to we flashed over to Blackbeard. So we've seen, and then then we had Shanks at Reverie. So we've seen all four of the Yonkos very recently, and two of them are in Wano right now, Big Mom and Kaido. So I think Blackbeard's gonna head over, and then what? They're just gonna have three Yonkos and Wano. No, then Shanks will head over too, and then when would be a better time for the Revolutionary Army to sweep in? It's just I don't know. You just wonder. I really wonder what fucking that Straw Hat's about. I'm not even gonna get into. I'm wondering what Shanks said to the Gorosei, like if with his future sight, how Dogtooth can see 5 seconds into the future. Shanks's future sight's probably so fucking good that he can see like a good bit into the future, and he probably saw something happen to Luffy, and that's like why he wanted to talk to the Gorosei or some shit. That's just speculation, but um, yeah, whew, I think some crazy shit's gonna happen, some crazy plot twists, some revelating shit. This has been an arc Oda's been waiting to do for a long fucking time. If we get if we get if I'm wrong about this, or if like what I want to happen doesn't happen and we just get Straw Hats and Supernova and Alliance versus the Beast Pirates, I just really hope that people like Usopp, Chopper, and Frankie specifically get fights, even if they're in like teams of 2 or 3. I just hope that they get fights that help them develop their strength for like late game One Piece, because if not now, then when? If not now, then fucking when? We need to give Chopper and Frankie armament hockey. We need. I really like the theory that Usopp's Kabuto, his slingshot, is going to eat a devil fruit. I could honestly see that happening. Like I could see that happening so much. Like possibly when we get to like the arc with the Vegapunk. Um, That's something else. Like we really need to start learning more about Vegapunk if this series is ending soon, like Otis says, which nobody believes. But um, we really, really, really need to learn more about Vegapunk. Possibly that commander from the Revolutionary Army is like an underling of his. I don't know. I think Vegapunk's a good guy. Honestly, that's my thing. Is that he's just working for the world government because like Imsalm is like so powerful and everything, and he really has no choice. But um, yeah, I think that you also could have the Gurma might fucking come in. Like this, honestly, if it's gonna, it might be an all-out war where it's just everybody in Wano. Cause like, where else would you have it? Would you have it at the Marine base again? Like, would you? I don't know. Like, where would you have this big war that's supposed to like involve everybody? That's supposed to put Marineford to shame? Like Wano, it might have to be Wano. There's so much. The people there are starving and gonna die anyways and hate their lives. Like, you could like definitely fucking that'd be definitely be the place to destroy. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were just gonna have an all-out fucking yeah. I wonder what I wonder how strong Rochi is, honestly. If he's like a he doesn't seem like a gag character anymore. Not since I seen everyone thought he's a gag character, but once I saw his fucking devil fruit, I was like, this motherfucker is gonna be strong as fuck. Like at least decently strong. So that's somebody that fucking that's somebody else that we could give like a straw hat to fight with. Somebody that's not like fucking top commander level, but like still pretty fucking strong. And with all of his heads and everything, you could have like you could have like Jinbei, Usopp, and Chopper. This is like random, but you could have them all fucking fighting him because just has so many different heads and he's so fucking big. But I'd like to see a dragon on dragon fight, like Monkey D. Dragon with his Dragon Devil Fruit against fucking Kaido with his Dragon Devil Fruit. I think that would be insane. Because I actually think that Dragon has a Dragon Devil Fruit, even though a lot of people want to say is a Wind Loki. I just don't think he does. The biggest indication, obviously, is Sabo's Dragon Fist style, but that's not really a Wano topic, so I don't want to get too much into that, but that's just where I stand on that. Zoro probably would end up with the sword that Luffy's carrying around. That's just trying to think of little loose ends that I haven't talked about. The samurai or I don't want to say samurai, but the person that's in that cell in Udon, like with Luffy and Kid, the person we don't know who's in the cell. I wonder who the fuck that is, because I can't even. A lot of people have like, yeah, I'm not agreeing with like most of other people's theories on this, but like, I I want. This is like really fucking random, like super random. I want, and I'm not. This is has nothing to do with the person in the cell. I'm not saying that this is the person in the cell, but I want Shiki to come back into the story, like, or come into the story. I shouldn't say come back into the story because he was really only mentioned in like the manga and everything. But of course he's in Strong World and he is a canon character. Like he is a canon character. But I just want him to come into the story because I fucking love Shiki and like there's a lot of stuff in game I'm thinking about right now that really doesn't relate to Wano. Quasi. Yeah. Um. We really got to see Zoro shine this arc. Like I think everybody can agree with that we need Zoro to shine. We need him to open that goddamn eye. It's not aesthetic. That would be the biggest troll in fucking history. Even if it was aesthetic at first, Oda has to see all these theories about people wanting it to be fucking like something insane, like Ashura Tensei, a demon, a fucking, a weird eye, like some kind of ability. He has to have some broken ass ability in that fucking eye. I would love that. I also love for like one of the Straw Hats that don't have a devil fruit to eat a devil fruit. I think that would be fucking insane. I think that would be insane. And obviously, a lot of people always thought it was gonna be Sanji, but now that he has his raid suit, I think we can agree that it's not gonna be him. If you wanted to give it to like, if you want to give Usopp a devil fruit, like that could be insane. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap up this episode of the Mooncast. That was just me rambling about Wano, just where I want it to go, really. Not really where like it's hard to really predict where it's gonna go exactly. Like we see a good bit of things that like we think is gonna happen. Like we think Zoro's gonna fight King. We think Sanji's gonna fight Queen. You know what I'm saying? We think all this supernova are gonna fight Kaido, or Luffy, Law, and Kid are gonna fight Kaido is like a throwback to Saudi Archipelago. Like there's a lot of things that we can see are gonna happen, and we're like, yeah, there's a high chance that this is gonna happen. You know, just like predicting this shit. But there's so much uncertainty in a story with the randomness of One Piece that I really just want to talk about what I wanted to happen. And to just kind of summarize what I want to happen is I want the second half of Wano to be the biggest war arc One Piece has ever seen. We've already had so much world building. We've already had so much just plot. We've already had so many like storytelling, world building, plot type shit that I really, really, really want them to just focus on the fighting and the feats and where people are power level wise, and giving characters that have never um, got to shine before the end of the series. I'd rather them do it now and then leave the end of the series for the Straw Hats and for, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I want it to be. So I want there to be fights that show us how strong Zoro is, how strong fucking you know, Shanks, Dragon. Like I want that's another point. I want characters that like we've never got to see before that are hyped up a lot. I want like a couple of them to come into Wano and help out and really like finally shed some light into either Shanks or Dragon, as well as like their commanders. I want deaths to actually make this arc extremely significant. If you killed off like a few people, people would this arc would really resonate with people. Like it would really shock them, like this much of not killing people, and then to kill like 3 or 4 people like in this arc. And just more information regarding I don't know what I was trying to say right there, but I want this arc to be significant in not only the plot but the fighting. I need feats. I need 1v1s of people that we never get to see. I need to know how powerful people are. And that's it, guys. I want Wano to conclude in a huge fucking war. So that probably will be it for the Mooncast. I've rambled a lot on here, just been kind of all over the place, but that's how I do.